Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Bible teaching. Welcome to season 17. How you guys doing? How are you and yours? How is everything? Thank you guys so much for your follows, your subscription, your likes, your comments, your shares, and thank you for your attention. All right. Welcome back to season 17. So the topic we'll be handling in this season is diversion. Diversion. All right, so let's begin. Diversion is the act of changing the direction in which something is headed. Diversion is the act of turning something away from its original direction. It's the act of distracting a person from the person's original point of focus to the object of distraction. For better understanding of our topic, let's consider a word, divergent. Divergent means a deviation from the standard. There was a 2014 movie titled Divergent. In this movie, society was divided into five factions: abdication, dauntless, candor, amity, and erudite. Each faction had its own identity, its own dressing, its own behavioral tendency, its own mindset. So let's look at each of the factions. Abdication, they are selfless. They don't think about themselves first. They let go. They let go of what they are entitled to. They don't focus on pleasures of this life. Someone in abdication will not even stare at the mirror for long. Their dressing reflects this. No colors, just plain clothes. They forgo their privileges for someone else. Candor, they are honest. They uphold law and order. This is the justice, the judicial aspect of the society. They are honest to a fault. They tell the truth even if it will hurt someone they love. Amity, they uphold love. They are the farmers. Erudites, they are the smart ones. Dauntless, they are brave. They do crazy things. They can jump on and off a moving train. They can jump from a three-story building down to the balcony of another building. They defend those that are oppressed. They stand up for those that are oppressed. Now, in this society, anyone that did not fit into any of these factions was regarded as factionless. To be factionless means you are rejected, you are homeless, and you are a beggar. Now, there was a situation worse than being factionless. It was a situation known as being divergent. To be divergent means that you do not fit into one faction. A divergent person will be amity, would also be erudite, would also be candor, would also be abdication, and also dauntless, all in one person. Now, being divergent was considered in this society as an abomination, a red flag. Why? Because they could not control you, they could not put you in a box, they did not know what to expect from you. So wherever they spot a divergent, they kill the divergent on the spot. In essence, you should fit into the norm, the social construct, what society expects from you. Many times, God chooses a path for us in life, a path that is unusual, a path different from the norm, a path that is not expected, a path different from the ordinary, a path different from what the devil wants, a path different from what the devil has conditioned society to accept. Then the devil comes to steer you away from that path. He comes to steer you away with activities that he packages as honorable, reputable, securing your future, you know, important, fulfilling. It might be a different career path. It might be a different business venture. It might be a different residence. It might be a different job. It might be a different relationship. Looking away from that God designed sphere of focus, the path that God has chosen for you, will cause you to slow down. It will cause you to doubt. It will cast aspersion on the relevance, the importance of that assignment God has given you, that path that God has designed for you. And it may cause you to completely abandon it. What happens when people divert from their God designed sphere of focus? When God gives you an assignment, it may benefit one person, it may benefit a group of people, it may benefit the whole world. As such, when people divert, lives get lost, people endure pain, the society remains in disarray, people continue to live in inhumane conditions, people remain oppressed. Nehemiah 9:27, and in the time of their trouble, when they cried unto thee, thou heardest them from heaven. And according to thy manifold mercies, thou gavest them saviors who saved them out of the hand of their enemies. Obadiah 1:21. And saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mounts of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's. When people divert, saviors never arise. They are born, they live, but they never step into the shoes that God designed for them to wear. So it seems like they are not there. They are alive, but they are not there because in the book of destiny fulfillment, they never show up. Without a Joseph, the whole world would have died of famine. Without a Moses, the Israelites would have remained slaves in Egypt. What is the nature of this God that designs paths for his children? Isaiah 43:15. I'm the Lord, your holy one, the creator of Israel, your king. He's a holy God. Holiness means to be set apart, to be different, to be unique, to be in a class all by yourself. Because God is holy, he puts his signature of holiness on his doings. So that when you look at it, you'll be like, bah, a mortal man could not have done this. Only God could have configured this. He does things that are unique, unexpected, different. Isaiah 43:16. Thus said the Lord, which maketh a way in the sea and a path in the mighty waters. That's an unusual act. There's this song that says, you're the extraordinary strategist, impossibility specialist. You're seated in heaven. You made the earth your footstool. Incredible God. Oh yes, you're seated in heaven. You made the earth your footstool. Incredible God. Isaiah 43:19. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. Unusual, unexpected, different, new. His signature of holiness in his doings. Isaiah 43:20, the beasts of the field shall honor me, the dragons and the owls, because I give waters in the wilderness and rivers in the desert, to give drink to my people, my chosen. Now we talked about benefit that comes from God doing something unusual or unexpected. This part says to give drink to my people, my chosen. So in this case, that unexpected, unusual act of God did what? Provision. He gave provision of water in a dry and thirsty land. It brought benefit, satisfaction, good health, life. People say water is life. It brought life to God's children. Now, the following text illustrates how the God designed sphere of focus can be different, unexpected, unusual. Luke 7. And when the messengers of John were departed, he began to speak unto the people concerning John. What went he out into the wilderness for to see? A reed shaking with the wind? But what went he out for to see? A man clothed in soft raiment? Behold, they which are gorgeously apparelled and live delicately are in king's courts. But what went he out for to see? The prophet? Yea, I say unto you, and much more than a prophet. This is he of whom it is written, behold, I send my messenger before thy face, which shall prepare thy way before thee. These questions that Jesus asked were in the context of telling people who John is. That John is divergent. He does not fit into the social construct. What went he out into the wilderness for to see? A reed shaking with the wind. You're expecting him to eat normal food like human beings. He eats locusts and wild honey. You're expecting him to dress like everyone else. He wears camel's hair. You're expecting him to live in houses like every other person. He lives in the wilderness. Divergent. Now, you might not be like John. You might not eat locusts and wild honey. You might not wear camel's hair. You might not live in the wilderness. But there's a path God has chosen for you. There's an assignment he has given you. There's a task he has placed in your hands. That task, that assignment, that path is your own locust and wild honey, is your own camel's hair, is your own wilderness to live in. Going off of it will be diversion. Going off it because those that saw you on it were expecting something else will be diversion.